babes, and what's up? We are back with another video, and if you're already my subscriber, I love you all so damn much. And if you're new on my channel, my name is Stephi Glam. I would love for you to stay with me, so please don't forget to subscribe down below and ring the little bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Into this video, we have this special palette, the Triochrome from Natasha Denona. And I created 3 looks, one with each row, guys. Yes, so if you want to see what do I think about this baby, if I recommend it, I'm doing swatches, I'm doing comparations with a ton of her palettes and some other palettes. So if you are ready for this, keep on watching. Mwah! So first we're gonna start with the tonic, this shade right here, and we're placing in this shade in my crease and above my crease. So I'm gonna be placing it really close to my brow bone. So now with my Ref 02, I'm going into Vertex, I think it's called, this shade right here, and I'm gonna apply this shade into my brow bone, right here on the center of my brow bone. Now with my flat definer from Sonia G, I'm going back with the tonic, the first shade that I use, and I'm applying this in my lower lash. Glammm, I think it's called, this shade right here. And I'm gonna place this shade on my crease. So pretty. See? Perfect, guys. Now with my flat definer from Sonia G, I'm using the same shade, Glammm, and I'm gonna place this on my lower lash. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to be using my Ref 01, and I'm gonna go with color Flip, and I'm gonna be putting this shade in my lid, across my lid, and I'm gonna bring it all the way into my inner corner, just like this. Wow, how pretty. Look at that, guys. And this is completely dry, okay? Dry. So now I'm gonna be wetting my Ref 01 a little bit, and I'm going back with color Flip. It's so freaking creamy. And boom. It kind of looks the same, so that means that the shade have a lot of pigmentation, guys. We don't need to wet our brush. Pretty, guys. So now I'm gonna be grabbing it with my finger, and let's see what it does. Look at that. So nice. Let me just apply with my finger just for the sake of the video, even though I don't think I can get a more pigmentation than that, but that is super pretty, guys. But alright, we're gonna leave it right there, and then now I'm gonna be grabbing my inner corner brush from Sonia G, and I'm going into Platinum. Is it called Plutonium? Okay, we're working with some weird shades right here, and we are gonna be placing this right here on my inner corner. I'm gonna be leaving it right there, guys, and also with the same brush and the same Plutonium shade, I'm gonna place some right here, kind of like making a wing. Okay, and this is the first look completely done. Let me apply some lashes, and then I'll be back for the second look. Okay, guys, so this is the first look already done, and I'm really liking it. I used all this first row, and then now I want to do something really quick before we continue with the second look. And I have right here my Cheek Pro from Sonia G, and I want to use this shade right here as a blush. Okay, and watch out, guys, because it gets really intense. Blush palette from Scott Barnes have a similar shade. I think it's called Mango Flush or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, Fenty have a shade like this on her cream blushes, and I love it, guys. Like, it just gives you that little cute flush of color on your cheeks, and I like it. And then now we're gonna go into the second look, and what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna play with this second row right here, the middle row. And first we're gonna start from lighters to deepers, and I'm gonna start with Redux, this light purple right there, and that's gonna be my transition color. I'm gonna get that. You know, these shades, guys, they are like pastel shades, so we can really ask for much, but I'm liking it. I'm really liking it, guys. Now I'm gonna go, so now I'm going to Tongten. I am gonna be putting the names anyways for you guys, or right here, whatever, because they are giving me a hard time to pronounce. And I'm gonna be dabbing this purple right here on my outer V. I'm gonna be grabbing a little bit of Naga, this shade right here, and I'm still working with the same brush, BK Beauty, and I'm gonna be tapping my brow bone with this shade. So this shade, it's actually a little lighter than the first one that we used. So now I'm gonna be grabbing my small blending brush, and I'm going into a manganese, this one right here. It is the deepest shade in that row. And I'm gonna place it right here, guys, on my inner corner. That's exactly where I want it. I'm grabbing a little bit more, and I'm gonna place it right here on my outer V. Alright, so now I just wiped off on my BK Beauty brush. I don't have anything on my brush, and I'm using this to blend the edges right here. Remember, I'm grabbing from one side to bring it to the other one. We're gonna be using my Ref 01, and let's go into Kinetic, this one right here. And I'm placing this in this whole space that I have right here. So damn pretty, guys. Now I'm gonna be grabbing my small blending brush again, and I'm grabbing a little bit more of this shade. And I'm just gonna intensify a little bit right here that I lost a little bit of pigment, plus I went on top, and I don't want that. I want you to be able to see the darkers and the chrome shade right there. So now with my blending brush from Sonia G, I'm just gonna make sure everything right here is nice and blended. I'm gonna be grabbing this shade right here to blend my edges. Now with my inner corner brush, I'm gonna be going into this lighter shade right here, and I'm gonna be placing that on my inner corner. With my flat definer from Sonia G, I'm gonna be grabbing the deepest purple right here, and I'm gonna be placing that along my lower lash. Okay guys, so we are done with this look. Let me place a little bit of mascara, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so this is the third and the last look that we're gonna be creating today, and let me just show you how I created it really quick. And first I'm gonna start with Bird, this lime beautiful green, and I'm gonna place this in my whole crease over here. Perfect. This now with my Ref 02, I'm gonna be grabbing this shade right here. It's like a off light, a really light green shade, guys. It is not white. Okay, that shade is not white at all. It could look light, it could look white in the pictures, but it's not white right here. I'm gonna be grabbing a little bit more with the same brush, and I'm gonna place it on my inner corner. Now with my blending brush from Sonia G, we're gonna go into Scrap. And I'm gonna be applying this on my crease. Oh my god. I love the shift of like yellow and green. It's crazy. So now I'm gonna be using my Ref 01. And we're going into Scrap. First, this is how it looks dry. Don't bring it all the way into your inner corner. We put in the little light shade right there. This is how the shades look dry, and I did with this one. As you can see, this one is a little bit more bright, more pigmented, because I did wet it. So now you have it right here. This is how it looks dry, and this is how it looks wet. You see, you do get more pigmentation when you wet your brush. So it takes 1 second. I am so happy wetting my brush. You have no clue. It's like a forced habit. My god, I just love it. Like, the shades are more creamy, everything. Alright, back with my blending brush from Sonia G, and with whatever I have left here on my brush, I'm gonna just make sure everything is nice and blended right here by my brow bone. I'm back with my Ref 02. I'm gonna be grabbing this shade right here, and I'm gonna place it again right here on my inner corner, a little bit on top of the green, and that's about it, guys. With the same brush, Ref 02, I'm gonna be grabbing Scrap for my lower lash. Okay, so I have these two first rows swatched right here on my arm, and well, you already know the green ones right here, it's the first row, and then this is the second row. This is the last row of the Natasha Denona palette. So I have right here the shadows and also the liquid shadows, and this one right here, it is the shadow scrapped. This one is the liquid scrapped. This one right here is called kinetic, and this one is ultra violet. This one is color flipped. And this one, it is the liquid infra nude. As we can see, to me guys, this one right here, the shadow, the powder, have more pigmentation than the liquid one. Also, this one have more pigmentation than this one, but they are different shift of colors. And to me, these two, color flip and infra nude, they do look kind of similar. Again, guys, they look so similar to me. I love, love, love my liquid eyeshadow scrap. It is my favorite out of all of them. And I'm happy though that I do get more pigmentation with the shadow in the palette than with this. So now I want to do some comparisons with this palette. And I also have the Tiny Marvels here from Cindy Grace and Mel Thompson. I heard a couple of people saying that they look alike. I did compare them, I swatched them, and to me guys, they really don't have that much similarities. Maybe like 1 or 2 shades, as you can see. So the shades that I do think they look alike, it will be this Flutter Vibe right here. And it kind of looks like the Tonic from Natasha Denona. Okay, this two right here. So the first one, it is the one from the Cindy Grace, and then this one is from Natasha Denona. This one right here, it is more like a coral, I will say, when this one from Natasha Denona is pulling more orangey. So no guys, they are totally two different shades right there. From the Safari palette from Natasha Denona, and the same size of this one is the same size as the Safari one. In case you have the Safari, now you know the size of this new baby. So there is a couple of shades here that they kind of have me like, do they look the same? So I'm gonna be swatching them for you guys, and then you tell me. First, let me put them side to side, take a peek, look around, and see if you see anything similar. I have right here this shade from the Safari palette that looks a lot like scrap, guys. Look at them side to side. Look at that. Those shades, guys, they are the same exact shades, as you can see. The same exact shades, and both of the shades, guys, they are patchy. I was actually gonna tell you that about the shade right here, scrap. It's patchy. It was patchy on the eyes. Even when I swatch it, it was patchy to take it off. It was a mission. And the same problem I have with this shadow right here every time I use the Safari palette. And they're the same shades. They are the same exact shades. So right there, you have that shade in the Safari palette. And then now you swatch the purples from this palette right there, and then also this purples that I have right here at the bottom of it. Okay, and they don't look alike. One of them, this one is the one from Natasha Denona. There's two right here, and no, one of them is lighter, the other one is deeper. They don't look alike. So the only shades that we have in both of this palette, guys, it is scrap. The scrap that we have right here, we have it in the Safari palette, the same exact shade. And now I have this shade right here from the Natasha Denona new palette. This plutonium, this one right here, the little mango orangey yellow one that I want to compare with this ones right here from the Sunrise palette. I have this one and I have this one right here. Right here is the one from the new palette, and this too is the one from the Sunrise palette. As you can see, guys, these two shades, they are the same. They're the same. So here you go. You have this shade right here is the one that I have as a blush actually on my cheeks, and I like it. I like it a lot on my cheeks. You have that shade in the Sunrise palette. It's this one, the deepest one. You see, you have one lighter and this one. This one right here, it is. So we already found the scrap, and then now this shade, it is the same. It's the same, look. And then last but not least, guys, I have the Love palette, and this shade right here, this one, it's like that deep purple one, looks a lot like this one right here from the Love palette. Let me put them like that so you can kind of see them. Let me tell you that they do look similar. Don't mind the swatches, but they do, guys. They do. They do look the same. Trust me that in the eye, you're not gonna be able to see it. So let me just go into my final touch really quick. And I love the whole packaging, the whole going into purple to green. I love chromes, it's crazy. So when these little liquid eyeshadows came out, I love them, guys. They blend beautiful, they last long, they have a lot of pigment. I really recommend you this little liquid shadows from Natasha Denona for sure, guys. So in this palette, there's only 3 chrome shadows. This one's right here on the middle. So again, guys, I'm not gonna tell you that the liquid shadows they are exactly the same as this ones right here, because they're not. And if you are looking at it the way I was looking at it, like, hey, if I have this, do I need that? Don't look at it like that, because they're not exactly the same, but they are so similar, guys. So similar that, trust me, on the eye, it's just gonna be like, you know what I mean, like barely different, guys, barely different. So besides these 3 shades right here that we have that they're chrome, we have all these other shades right here. And I'm not gonna tell you that they're pastel shades because they're not. But guys, they are super light. They are so subtle, you know. And if you are gonna buy this palette thinking you're gonna get what you see right there, you're not gonna get that, okay? They are so sheer on the eyes. You really have to build it up. You really have to work hard to get to the shades that they are in the actual palette, because they're really sheer, guys. They're really they really are like pastel shades. So again, if you don't enjoy pastel shade, then this palette, it's for sure not for you guys. So my favorite shades out of this whole palette is the shade right here, Scrap. I love greens, guys. And I have this right here. So again, I will not buy this whole palette for $129 just for that shade. And another one of my favorite shades is this one right here, which I have it on my Sunrise palette, guys. It's the same shade, the same. And if not, then maybe one is deeper than the other one by a hair, and on the eye you are not gonna be able to see them. And then this shade right here, the slime green shade. I don't have anything that looks like this, but again, guys, I won't buy this palette just for that shade. That's not the point either. All the other shades, this whole row of here, they are purples, and I am not so into purples. So that row right here, it is a really like out the window for me, because I don't really like purples like that. And then okay, I have these two rows right here. This shade looks a lot like Inferno from the Liquid Shadow. You have like that shift of green with pinky with gold, and that is exactly what you get with the Inferno from the Liquid Shadows. And if they're not exactly the same, guys, again, they're gonna look so similar on the eye. Guys, I'm not saying that I don't like the palette. I love Natasha Denona. I really enjoy her palette. I just don't know, I'm kind of lost on right here. I don't understand what's going on. There's fallout for sure in this palette, and I'm not sure why, because this is supposed to be the best of her formulas, right? Especially for $129, guys. So and if you're gonna buy this palette thinking that that's what you're gonna get, that's not really what you're gonna get. You really have to work hard to get that. I just think that the only shades that you're really gonna be able to see in your eyes, they're the crumbs. Really, they're the crumbs, guys. Like, I used all the shades really on my eyes in the 3 looks that I created for you guys, and once I top it up with the crumb, all the other shades disappear. So for that, I recommend you to pick up this, the Liquid Shadows, guys. You really, one swipe, like she's saying, it does, and you are done. You are done. You can pair this with any other matte shades that you have. You can pair them with anything and they're gonna look stunning, or you could just use them by yourself and they look lovely, guys. So my favorite shades out of this palette, it is Scrap. I have it on the Liquid Shadow, this one right here, and the Lime Green. So this one, I have it on my Sunrise palette. Trust me, guys, it's the same. If maybe one is deeper than the other one, but you're not gonna be able to see that on the eye for sure. So I have this shade already. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show you this, but I hope, because I do want you to see it. I'm not going crazy, guys. I'm not going ham. I'm really just barely touching the shadow, and look how much formula it is coming out, okay? Like, please, look at that. I hope you do see it. There is a bunch of shadow flying around the room right now, and that is not the case, guys. I am really disappointed at that. Look how messy, please, my shadows are. Okay, especially for $129. Like, come on. But again, guys, putting that to the side, like, I wish I could really get that on my eyes, that lime beautiful green that I see right here, that I actually picked it up. That was one of the reasons why I picked the palette up for that shade. I don't have nothing like that, I don't. But once I put it on the eyes, besides me, I need to build it up. Then when I start putting on the other shades, boom, that shade, where is it? Where? Nowhere on my eyes. So I just really expected a little bit more from this palette, and I was... You have no clue what I went through to pick up this palette. I went so far. So that's my only disappointment, guys, that I expected so much more. I really expected so much more. So I just feel like we have so many shades in here for nothing, guys. For nothing. So again, I do love Natasha Denona. I love all her shadows. I must have them all, really. it's just maybe this one is not the one for me. And again, guys, I'm always here to tell you my thoughts, so you guys either go off them if you guys trust my word, you know. And if you do trust my word, I totally recommend you eyes closed, that if you're buying this palette, of course you're buying it because of the chrome shadows, because there's really no other reason to buy this palette. I totally recommend you to pick these liquid shadows for sure, guys. But alright, babes, I mean, I hope this video was helpful. I love you all so damn much. Thank you for your time. I always love being here, spending time with you guys. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, don't leave here without going down below and pressing the little red button. I would love for you to stay with me. Bye, guys.